All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching a gold tank. They're on Reinhardt right now. I think they might stay on Ryan the whole time. This is an interesting one because usually we've had spectating where they're like, hey, you know, my supports weren't healing me. My DPS weren't getting the limbs. This tank says their supports carried him. So that's interesting. We'll see. You don't see that every day. We'll see how it goes. Starting on Ryan. It's a cool Ryan skin. I don't mind this play to an extent, but like, you need to stop your charge a little bit sooner if it looks like you're not going to get the elim right away. Because you put yourself out of position, and then you just got rolled. And if you don't have full follow-up, yeah. Alright, shield up for a bit. Okay, you're good now. Take this, yeah, here we go. This is much better. Take the stairs. Take away this angle. You lost your BAP, though, so keep in mind your heals are a little bit lower right now. You do have an Ana, so like your healing's like still going to be good. It's just not going to be having two supports. All right. Yep, so far this has certainly been some Reinhardt gameplay. That hasn't worked now, so the next step is take the high ground above you on the bridge. Back up on those stairs, be a distraction, force them out of that area, and then you go in. If you keep doing this, then the same result will happen unless they go in hard feed, which could happen. I mean, the Reaper's playing close. Yep, take the right side stairs. Behind you. Okay, you're good. You don't have to take them anymore. You're good, you're good, you're good. They're all gone now. You got the high ground. Your team has the map. You are... Good pin. Okay, it's interesting on this one. I'll talk about it in a second. I feel like you could have played more aggressive to go with your team, but then like I also look at like the next step of this, and I'm like, it actually worked out, and I'll explain why. You helped your support stay alive. Your teammates didn't get rolled in the front line outside of your soldier who was already aggro because of the nano, and then you kind of just slow played it and got the point, which isn't bad. It's like, you could have played it more aggro, but I'm okay with how that went. But at the same time, if you didn't get the point there and your team got rolled, it's a different discussion, right? Going high ground. I'm okay with this. Going high ground. Charging in into a Reaper sim. This is gonna big slam. I'm okay with that. Back away. Okay, good job. Good job. My 92, thanks for the 5 months of the video. Thank you, appreciate it. Good job. Yep, block the damage down for your team. I don't mind that. Block the damage. Good job. Honestly, that was well played. Good job there. Okay, the adjustment you've made now has been solid, and your supports are probably happy that you've helped heal for them. Kill the stim turrets. Good job. Being aggressive here is fine for now. That was a free limb. Keep your shield up for a second. That Junker Queen just charged into a wall. I'm still okay with you shielding that. It's a good habit to have even though the Zen ult was there. Fire strike in the floor, making sure it's sturdy. It is. It's good to see. Good nano. Good limb. Nice job. Yeah, your adjustment that you've made since the first couple team fights has been solid. I'm happy with that. I'm going to ask this question I'm going to respond to. Why do you not get any better at this game no matter how much time you play? Because you have to try to figure out what you want to improve at, right? I'll give you an example of some of that with me. Doomfist. I was bad at Doomfist, and I played Doomfist quick play every single day, the beginning of the stream for months. Didn't make an improvement because I just didn't know what to improve on in Doom. Then I looked at my Doom finally and said my right clicks are bad. I worked at my Doomfist, my right clicks, and it helped. I started to recognize, okay, I need to focus on my Doomfist right clicks. Now I can play Doom in top 500 games, right? So things like that can help. So if you kind of can focus on something you want to improve on, that could be a good start. Getting better is, yeah, you want to get better. I agree. But if you can give yourself something to focus on, that can help a ton. So if you go into a game and go, I got to work on my positioning, and you recognize you want to work on your positioning, that will help you get better at positioning. And that is how you can continue to get better. Or you work on your aim. How are you going to work on your aim? Obviously, there's different ways to do that. There's different variations of stuff, right? My point is that I didn't know what I wanted to do to improve on Doom. My Doom didn't get any better. I finally realized, okay, I need to focus on what will make me better at Doom. My right clicks, my Doom is now significantly better than it ever was. Well, yeah, looking at replays can help because it also can give you something to be like, oh wait, I am hard feeding. I'm playing too aggro. I'm going in. I'm doing this, and then that's something you can focus on to improve on, right? Big slam. It was aggressive, but I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see what your next play is now. I want you to take top right control and get your team across. Here we go. Good pin. Creating space for your team. Nice job. Shield up in a second. Actually, no, you're good. I would actually charge towards that. Okay, this is perfect, and I'll explain why. So chat's going to be like, and I'm going to tell you why, because this is a good play here. Chat, you're going to be like, why would you charge a Kiriko when you know they have TP? Well, why would you charge a Kiriko when you know they have TP? And there's multiple like responses to this one. Okay, one of them's there. Keep in mind, if this was 5v5, it's a little bit different, right? That's why I'm starting with the first response to that. If it's 5v5, you may not make that play, but you're in a 3v5. And now chat is saying exactly what I'm referencing here. They have TP. What's the easiest way to get TP out? Go right at them. Now they don't have TP, and now your teammates can follow up. See? And more than likely, a lot of the time, you also get Suzu out, and just like that, now you've forced that TP out. So that's why you want to make that play, is because even though you may not get the elim, you've now put, the Kiriko into a spot that's not as ideal. Now, whether or not your team follows up is yet to be seen, but you put your teammates in a good spot for that. All right, so what was the problem there? Let's talk about this, because I see this happen all the time. And you know what, chat? I think this might be a good time for something a little bit fun. I see Reinhardts do this all the time, all right? So we're referencing back to the Ramattra ultimate. Now, sometimes you're gonna swing on the Ramattra, but you're in a situation where Ramatra's ultimate benefits from going like this, right? Walking at you like this, like, I'm Ramattra, woo, right? That's how Ramattra works. Now, what is the number one way to prevent Ramattra from getting that value? You block it with your shield. But so many times, I will see a Reinhardt just coming in like this, swinging, right? Just swinging, right? Woo! And I'm like, the only way that Ramattra is going to get value is by having nothing blocking the ultimate. And I see it happen all the time. You're just like, woohoo! I'm swinging around. I'm going to get him. But you're not going to get him. And I know your teammate has an ultimate that's helping you there. I think it might have been a Zen ult. But it's still going to keep the Ramattra ult active. So, for anybody who doesn't know how Ramatra's ultimate works, when Ramatra's doing the, ooh, I'm going to Ramatra ult you, here I come, right? When Ramatra does that, it gets blocked by his shield, and it has a 3-second timer. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 3 seconds. I hope it is, because now I'm making a whole thing on the green screen. It better be. Point being is every single time that Ramatra ultimate isn't hitting somebody, that's a second off the clock. After 3 seconds, Ramatra ult is done. So when you're sitting there, swinging on the team the whole time, yeah, you have a Zen, but you're keeping the Ramatra ult active, which what is going to result in? On top of that, there's a Torb ult. What's an easy way to block a Torb ult? Your shield. So in that situation as Reinhardt, you're going to be better off going like this, shield and going, I'm Reinhardt, look at me shield. Woohoo! I'm Reinhardt, I'm shielding, right? I'm turning, and that's how you want to play that. Because if you don't do that, what's going to happen is what we just saw. Your team had an advantage, but you're not blocking the one ultimate that's going to win the team fight for them. Granted, there was a Torb ult, but I want to get the point across that Ramatra's ultimate can be blocked. So can Torb's. Back to you. So it's me, so I got to move the mic away from my shirt and put it over here, because then I have to go to the other mic. That's why it's going back to me, because I'm the one that's doing the video. Yeah, I do read all the chats, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jess. I appreciate it. You too, you too. Okay. That charge I'm still okay with. You're doing the same exact thing you did last time. Oh, just to add a point to the green screen moment there. Oh, big slam! I'm gonna add one more point to that. I'm gonna add one more point to the to what I talked about with Ramatra's ultimate. Nice play. Just to pause very quickly, I'm gonna add this point.
That was hilarious. Thank you.
I do know that Ramatra can punch through shields, all right? That part I know. But what is going to be more valuable to you? Your supports being able to keep you alive when they're punching you through the shield? Or you blocking the ultimate and taking away the ult? And that's why it's so important that even though Ramatra can punch through your shield, you have to keep that shield up to prevent that ultimate from getting the value it can get. Here we go. Nice play. Good charge. Your supports have been playing well too, you're right. Not a bad first round. We'll see how it continues on. Remember, you're going to take a little bit more shield damage now. I also want to point out, by the way, chat, you don't shield off the Ramatra ultimate, but you shield off your Torb turret. Ramatra ultimate? Nah, I ain't shielding that. Torb turret? Oh, we're shielding that, which actually is a good play. I'm just pointing out. Nice pick. I like that you're okay. So I like that you're now going behind a wall to get your shield. Your shield management. I see some Reins do this where you'll just constantly keep putting your shield up after half of a second. Also, why is it? I've seen this happen so many times on this map where a Moira flanks the point and tries to cap it, and I see the same thing happen so far. Does it work a lot in games that you're in, chat? Rybicki, thanks for the 5 months. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Is it 5 months? Sometimes? Okay. Because I see it happen all the time. Oh, wait, as I say that, you have the Moira ult in the backline and they get the point. So there you go, it works. No, the Sombra play does work, and like the speed boosting together as a team works. I just see it happen a lot. It doesn't seem to work a ton. Let me reiterate a point here. It can work, the play. I just happen to see it happen all the time with like a Moira doing it. Like that play can work. I've talked about it even on this map before, where like that play can work, and you can pull like Sombra. You can pull people. You can even go a soldier, flank around. You can pull them back to the point. It's just always funny because I've seen it happen a few times in VODs and it won't work. But as I say that, you got the point playing Mercy? I don't even know. I don't know what's going on in that game when that works. Like the idea and the concept is good, is what I'm saying. It's always funny seeing that. You did that in Plat 1, damn. That's fair. So you said in your rank, what happens a lot of time is everybody will disengage from where they're at to go and try and stop. That makes sense. Okay. I was wondering. That's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. It also helps give me more insight on some of the plays that do work and don't work. So it's a little bit more helpful for me whenever we do the spectating to understand, like, you know, it's gonna be a play that works a little bit more in some ranks, and that's totally fine.
Professor Emongg.
You know what I mean?
When is the seminar for
Big slam
movement where you flip out of mech like Canada?
That's not happening, but thank you, New Blue, the 4 months of the tier 1, thank you, appreciate it, thank you. And Koa Meter, thanks for that, friend, so thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. A little bit too aggro by you. Great nano. Yeah, I can see why you said your supports helped you a ton. Your supports have played very well. You definitely do take a lot of damage. And they've done a good job of enabling you to make a play, which is always awesome, right? Okay, chat. Anybody who plays Rein knows what I'm talking about right here. Isn't it a feels bad when you go in for like a charge and you're like, well, I'm not going to hit this charge. Let me quickly cancel my charge. And as you cancel your charge, you pin somebody. Like you hit the charge and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to cancel the charge right now because I just feel like this is going to be good. And then you see the pinned animation and you're like, no, but you've already hit the button. Like you've already hit the button. You're like, come on. It happens quite a bit. Big slam. you're playing, I will say, the strategy of kind of holding the front of the cart has been good. I want you to be careful of going behind the cart and doing exactly what's happening right now. Now, granted, this isn't necessarily on you, but when you go behind the cart, I need you to think about your supports and what they can see. If you're behind the cart, they now need to go out of position a lot more to keep you up, which is why your HP will start to chip down a lot more and a lot quicker. So you need to think about that, right? Because he hasn't charged in after the slam either time. See, that's one of my things on Ryan is whenever I shatter, I just go in and charge, and I just boop them all around like a bunch of bowling pins and get nobody. But it's fun, and I think that's what matters, right? Shield soon. I need you to shield for a second. I want you to think about your teammates here, not what you're seeing in front of you. Just for a second, especially when they have the Kitsune up. It's okay to shield that for just a little bit. Oh no, let's go on the flank. Let's see what happens. It's big slam nano Zenol time. Here we go. Wow, that big slam. Well, I don't know how that Soldier 76 damn, they had no reaction to that. They couldn't. I wouldn't have been able to react to that in time. Woo! I mean, you know what? It works. Good play. Technically, you do have the ult there to make a Ryan play like that. Keep in mind, you do. When you play Ryan, it's not all going to be just holding your shield up until it breaks and then hiding. There is an aggressive playstyle you can play, and believe it or not, it can work very well. When I say aggressive playstyle, I don't mean charge into their backline every single play, but I will play it against really good Reinhardts in top 500 games that have an aggressive playstyle and make it work because they have a good balance of when they're both aggressive and when they play a little bit slower. It goes really well. This was just, honestly, we might look at that and go like, oh, I truly believe that was just a good play by the other team. I think that was just a good play. Recognizing the ults they have, your team's playing a little bit too aggro, but I think that was just a good play by the other team. More than that was on your team. That was just a smart reaction by their team. You said charging into a whole hog is an aggressive playstyle? Here's what's gonna happen. Hog is gonna whole hog. You can put your shield up. You know what's gonna happen? Your shield's gonna break really fast, and you're gonna do the same exact thing. Like, either way, it's gonna happen. Like, no matter which way you go about it there, that's what's usually gonna happen. Like, this is good on aggression, but now, I was just gonna say, there's a roadhog in front of you. So if you don't put your shield up after that immediate aggression and not getting the soldier, that is what is gonna happen. You need to put that shield up. Like, the aggression on the soldier, good play. Trying to swing on the soldier in front of you when there's a roadhog who can blatantly hook you in a small hallway, not a good play. Oh yeah, so what chat is referencing is we were watching I don't know when this video will be out, but you might have already seen it by now. We recorded the video yesterday with the roadhog. On the other team, only tap-fired their roadhog ultimate. They would only tap-fire it. They wouldn't, like, hold it down. They would just tap-fire. Like, 1, 2, 3. And it did, like, nothing. And they would do it when there was a Mei ult on their own team. It was great. Yeah, right there, they had a lot of ultimates, and they snowballed you. But, like, to be honest with you, that snowball on third point starts with a play that you made, right? Because you've given them that map control. So this is why you need to really focus on those type of situations where it's like, okay, charge in, be aggressive, fine. Put your shield up at that point. Because you've already taken the space that you need. You don't need to try to get the soldier that you're not going to get. And then you get rolled there, your teammates need to wait on you, and then they snowball you. That's how snowballing happens on third points and second points and first points. Well, usually second and thirds. Because you just keep going in. Put your shield up, you're fine. You back away, you're good to go. You have the map control. That's it. Just remember that, okay? Orisa! That's fine. It's a good swap. They're running the hog. Here we go. This is fine here. Ooh, okay. What'd you do wrong there? I know you got hooked, but what'd you do? You just turned your back in the middle of the open. It worked for you, and it's fine, but don't do that. I do it sometimes too. So I recognize that play will happen, but you have better routes there to not do that. You can see what's happening, so you can time your cooldowns correctly not to take that damage. Alright? Be careful here, by the way. Uh-oh. 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 So chat, what do you see bottom right? Granted, I paused it a little bit later. We just saw cooldown spam, where you just hit all your buttons at once for no rhyme, no like reason. You just did it, okay? You just use cooldowns to use cooldowns. And that's why it's so important to put yourself in a good position at a certain point, because you stayed up there. Now look at this. Now, I'm not saying that they won't get you, that you might be fine, you might win this team fight, but like, that is something that you can improve on a lot, all right? Chad, as much as I would love to play the song, they were down 2. They were going to lose that. It was a Bastion. Will you win this game? Will you draw this game? We now have a Zarya swap. Okay. Zarya Bastion's a good combo. You can bubble your Bastion. Be smart with your bubble usage. Why are you using your bubble is the question. I'm not saying why, like why? It's like, think about why you're using your bubble at the time so you can get more value out of those bubbles. You will have bubbles that give you 0 energy, but those are also just kind of spam bubbles. Like right now, you're spamming bubbles to run at them, and it's working for now, but you're out of position. Your teammates are getting picks, but like you are out of position. That Bastion will shred you if you keep running at them. Or the Bastion will just look at you because they don't have turret form. Good lamp by your teammate. Okay, oh, here we go again. You're using your bubbles. Right now, I can tell you one thing. If your teammates were getting picks right now, immediately you would fall over. So just be a little bit smarter with your bubble usage. You can get energy the same way. Oh, and out of all the people they got there, they got you. Because you had no bubbles. So be careful with that, okay? Huge res. All right. Got the win. Let's go. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, so just to summarize a little bit here. Block off Ramattra Ultimate if you can. When you play aggro, time your aggression correctly. Don't just charge in and try to get an limb without holding your shield up and things like that. The idea of being aggressive is fine on Rein, but you need to pick your spots, okay? Picking your spots is what will do that. And honestly, you were correct in the sense that your supports played very well. Your supports played that very well, and they enabled a few of your plays for you to pop off. So you were right to say that your supports were playing that very well. I agree. Work on that stuff, and I think you'll see improvement with that. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. A lot of awesome videos on there. If you want to submit your own spectated, if you look in the description below, my Discord is right there. That's where you can do that. Follow everything in the description if you haven't. There's a bunch of stuff down there. And now, yeah, we record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat right below the webcam. We have a lot of fun, so make sure to stop by. Also, right now there's drops going on too. So, and with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.